Hi Tappers! Today I'm going to sound a bit controversial at first, as it may sound like I'm saying positive thinking is a bad thing. I'm not. What I am saying is that it can be a useless thing if it's the only tool you are employing. Now stay with me, we're going to lay this out. Positive thinking is essentially looking on the bright side, right? So taking any situation and reframing it to make it the best you possibly can. That sounds like a good thing to do, right? Why? Why is it a good thing to do? And I'm not challenging it here, simply wanting us to be very clear about what your intention is with positive thinking. What does positive thinking do for you? Does it make you feel better? Is it because you are afraid you will attract more negative things into your life if you don't instantly reframe them into positives? Or are you not really sure? And right now you are surprised because no one has ever asked you your why on positive thinking, just your how. So if we simply look at this from a neurological standpoint, it is a good thing to push for that switch from negative to positive. It even lights up different parts of the brain when you think negative versus positive. And what you light up in your brain, you are strengthening, you are reinforcing and building. So how is positive thought getting in your way then? When the positive thought is a lie, or more accurately, you don't really believe it. You can't lie to yourself. Or rather you can, but not to the outcome that you're hoping that it will bring. Let's use an example here. Let's say you're feeling lonely, isolated, depressed, and wishing for more people connection through friendship in your life. You are expressing this to a family member and they say, well, with that attitude, of course that's where you are. Just believe that you're worth friends and say to yourself all of your positive qualities and you will be surprised how fast those friends start to come. So you feel a bit of hope and you do just that. You open your heart with hopes that you will be seen and you will be reached out to from people that are in your community right now that you're not quite friends with. And you start making positive statements that are based off of kind things that people have said about you to you. And for 2 weeks, you feel more bouncy and more free and like, woo, you're making good progress. But then you hit a wall. And you feel that heaviness of needing some support system come back, but now you look at your life and you realize it's still not there. What happened? Did your positive thinking not work? Did you miss a step? Did you do something wrong or maybe not enough? Are you foolish to believe that something like that would work? How will you ever know what it was or how to fix it for the future should you attempt to try this again? This is where a crucial point of information comes into play, so please listen carefully. You have to start with where you are. You may want to be, say, a less angry person, but right now when you get angry, what you really want in that moment is just explode and scream and yell. And it can be a hard first step, Tappers, because so often where we are surrounded in shame and guilt and judgment. You can say you want companionship, but where are your companions? Maybe you want companionship, but what you really believe is true is that you don't have any time or any energy left for friends. Or maybe it's that no one is trustworthy, so it's safer to be sad and keep people away and say you want friends rather than to actually have them. There are so many variations on this, and your brain won't always readily give them up. So what do you do with them? Well, let's go with the anger issue for this next part. So say you're an angry person and you don't want to be. You genuinely dislike this part about yourself. So you you empower yourself. You learn breathing techniques. You begin meditating. You make deals with yourself to not be in certain situations that you know are triggering. And you create mantras that you say all day long. And it's working. You breathe your way out of a few tight spots. You feel generally better every day due to meditating daily. And the people close to you are starting to congratulate you on your progress and the change that you're making. But then you have a bad day. Things compound, one on top of the other. You don't get a moment to breathe any of it off, and then an unavoidable trigger, and you explode. Now, what happens right after that, tappers, is key. Is your very next thought, I failed. I can't do it. See, I'm broken. I am doomed to be an angry person. This is where the blind spot is of positive thinking. So often the way positive thinking is used is as a way to make you something that you don't currently believe you are. The key here is what you believe you are. If what you really, truly, deep down believe is that you are an angry person, well, you can only outrun that belief for so long. Hence, you can't lie to yourself. You know you are more than that. You know you are more than just an angry person, and you know that you really do want friends, and you know that you really do wish that you were brave enough to go for it, whatever it is. But you'll only get so far unless you untether the anchor, and you have to be willing to look at it to release it. So now this angry person gives in. They decide to try tapping. They confront their anger head on. Oh, it's hard at first. Oh, those words coming out with such difficulty about accepting it. But let's say they soon realize that this anger is because they feel threatened. Then they discover they feel threatened because back when they were 3, they lived by a mean cousin who was highly physically and emotionally abusive. And this person learned that the only way they could protect themselves was by being bigger and stronger. Because when they got bigger and stronger than their mean cousin, the cousin left them alone. So now this angry person accepts that that explosive anger was once a necessary means of survival and protection. They forgive themselves for all of the pain and judgment and shame associated with this outdated survival technique. And now they can finally be free of it. Now all of those mantras, they feel real and true. And when this person does have a really tough day and they get angry, they can see it as a moment where they got angry. And it's not absorbed as further evidence of who they are fundamentally. Positive thinking is a great tool, but it isn't a standalone one. If you feel any sense of connection with what I've said, I deeply encourage you to step into a space of curiosity and look at those anchors head on and give them a chance for a conversation with tapping to see what they can tell you to help you reach what you really want and who you really are. I'll see you soon.